Bulletcast for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know why I'm here. I'm here to recap the Big Payback, the Big Dog Payback. I'm a 24-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone, and the greatest sports recreational podcast in the world today, just like Kyler Raleigh, Bobby Fish, Roddy Strong, and Adam Cole, baby. My Bulletcast title reign is undisputed for life, brother. Yes, 9-time Bulletcast champion, didn't defend it tonight, didn't feel Payback was noteworthy, but you know he's on the line, my tag team partner, the gentleman of my J, the totem arm, the Stevie Ray of my Booker T, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the award-winning Under the Radar and Curveballs and Chair Shots, the Canadian Destroyer, first ever and 8-time champ, Brandon Tanguma. How you doing, man? We're here to talk Payback. This is going to be the quickest recap we've ever done, Brandon. Do you know why?
Why is that, Phil?
I was asleep for most of it. Oh, yeah!
Wow, what a great podcaster you are. Watching the product. I love to see it.
I had work at 6:45 this morning, okay? And I woke up at 4 a.m. Didn't go back to sleep. So, you know I like to start backwards. That's what we're going to do here. The main event was the triple threat match for the Blue Universal Championship, which I'm not going to lie, I like the blue one better than the red one. I might have to cop one. They're on sale. It is The Fiend coming out, and Braun Strowman attacks him. They fight on the side of the stage. They fall through a table. Superplex. The ring implodes. The big dog comes out there. So, I like how he signed the contract on his way to the ring and tossed the pin, brought out a chair, tried to pin the guys. Nothing really. They kept kicking out. Just slaughters Strowman with a chair. He kicks out, and then the Fiend tries to get him in the mandible claw. Roman takes the Fiend to Dick Kick City. You see, even if you're a mythical monster, once you get kicked in the dick, it still gets the job done. Then a spear to Strowman, 1, 2, 3. The big dog is the new Blue Universal Champion. We got some fan mail from our boy in Brightest Day X, and let's see what he had to say. Thoughts on the ending was kind of quick. I guess it works for heel Roman, quote unquote heel Roman. Also, try not to worry. It was pointed out to me on Twitter that Keith was going for a brawly look. For his ring jacket, Bayley being a character, or Brawley being a character in Dragon Ball Z, and we all know Keith Lee's a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Being a DBZ fan myself, I didn't pick up on it because I'm not too familiar with the character, and he sent me a picture. Shout out in Brightest Day X. So, Brandon, thoughts on the main event? Thoughts on Roman winning the championship? He never should have lost because he had to relinquish it 2 years ago when he announced to the world that he was fighting leukemia.
Yeah, I mean, big news on Friday Night SmackDown that Roman Reigns now is a Paul Heyman guy. It was revealed right at the end of SmackDown, so we still don't exactly know what or who Roman Reigns is at the moment. I mean, the story throughout the show was, did Roman Reigns sign the contract? What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. And as you said, The Fiend and Braun Strowman had like a 10-minute match at the beginning, then Roman just kind of comes in at the end after they did the big old superplex spot, and they do the big show spot where the entire ring implodes. The match itself goes about 14 minutes, and Roman gets the win after not doing too much. I mean, I don't exactly know what the story is here, because they didn't actually, the announcers, that is, didn't lean too heavy in terms of like painting Roman as what either a heel or a babyface. I would assume this means Roman Reigns is going heel, because this is definitely a heel storyline. But I just kind of find it funny that the heat is in Roman Reigns winning the championship but not earning it, which is like, in a meta way, the reason why Roman Reigns, when he was a babyface, was getting so much heat. It's like, I don't exactly know if WWE and Vince McMahon is this smart about it, but I just find it interesting. They still haven't, fully fleshed out the Roman Reigns character. I'm expecting him to be a heel. I'm excited for him to be a heel because, as we see in some of the other matches on Payback that I watched, there are some good... Is that
supposed to be a shot at me?
You can take it whichever which way you want, Phillip.
Don't throw shots at the king. Hold on now.
I mean, you're the one that didn't want to defend your championship. I don't know what the results were, but I think I did pretty well today.
Oh! I defend the title for moments and events that matter. Okay?
We saw an historic result today. The big dog captures his championship back.
Look,
that's a big show in my eyes.
I love it. I love it. You know what? This new Roman, I'm rocking with this. Him with the Blue Universal Championship, I'm rocking with that. Him and Heyman together, Heyman hustle and influencing the big dog. My mom saw Roman's teeth. She said, "Why are they so damn bright?" I love it all. I love Roman's new look. I love his new getup. Him just barely doing anything in the ring and holding on to the title. Yo, let him have a nice little run like that. I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not. I dig it. I love this. Yes, sir.
I'm perfectly fine with Roman being the Universal Champion, especially if he is going to be a heel, and this is a whole different Roman we're going to be seeing going forward. My question is, what was the point of having Bray Wyatt win the championship on Sunday and then dropping it a week later? Like, is there more heat there? Because he technically didn't beat the champion, he beat Braun, and why is Braun eating 2 pins back to back when he never does that to begin with, and then the Fiend loses a week after the fact? I just feel like
it's all very simple. You know, going 1-on-1 with the Fiend, you can't beat him. You know, he's never lost 1-on-1. That's never happened before, ever.
But then why do you put the championship on him to begin with? You can just do some sort of crappy no contest finish that they always do.
But it was what, falls count anywhere, so it kind of had to happen. You didn't really have a choice. And then with Braun eating pins back to back, hey, it's okay, mother. I see Braun Strowman. Thank you. Yeah, yes, he is very ugly. Okay, mom. Listen. It's just you know, it wasn't really all that great to begin with. You know, he lost a lot of his steam just because he shaved his head. Didn't give him a new umph. You know what I mean? So I'm perfectly fine with Roman coming in, winning the title. We had 3 Universal Champions in the span of 7 days. It's whatever, man. The title didn't really matter to begin with.
The Universal Championship looked like the NXT Championship.
Hey. That's a possibility as the Bulletcast hotline goes off.
Well, what do people have to say?
These are my lunch plans for tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, what are your lunch plans for tomorrow? The people want to know.
Former Bulletcast champion Mex Mendoza and I, along with Floman Reigns, are going to be having lunch together about 2 p.m. tomorrow. Socially distanced, of course, outdoors, ladies and gentlemen.
Great. Good job.
Absolutely. So, what else happened on the show?
Well, are we going to start from the beginning, or do you want to work your way backwards?
Let's just work our way back, man. Let's just work our way back as the chimes are coming in. Yes, absolutely.
There's just so much lovely background noise going on. But we have, in the penultimate match, we have the Mysterios. That is Dominic and Rey Mysterio taking on Seth Rollins and his buddy, Murphy. And the match goes about 16 minutes, and the Mysterios actually get the win. Rey getting one up, getting some moves on Seth Rollins. Dominic hits the 619 and the frog splash, pins Murphy, gets the win. I actually very much enjoyed this match. I thought this was, I would say, by far the best match on the show. I thought this was a lot of fun. It was, they didn't ask Dominic to do too much. They might have been a little bit over on saying how great Dominic Mysterio is. Rey carried a lot of the bulk of it with Murphy and Seth in there. They're going to carry their end of things. I really like this match. And who knows what this means going forward, if Dominic and Rey will be a tag team, if Dominic will just be on his own and Rey will be on his own. I don't know, but I really like this. And I mean, from the past few months, the Mysterios have just been getting their asses kicked forever. So it's nice to finally get a win for them.
Brandon, I actually saw this.
Oh my God!
I woke up about 5 minutes into it, but I caught the creme de la creme, the gist, the jib of it. Yes, I like the cut of this match's jib. The turning point was, Seth was going for the buckle bomb, which I thought it was banned, but I guess not. And Rey does a little flippy do hurricanrana type deal. Murphy kicks Seth in the face. Dominic slides Rey outside, a little powerbomb action outside to Seth, And then, Murphy gets hit with a Mysterio. I mean, not a Mysterio, but a 619. Mysterio hits him with a 619. Sell him the hell out of that, I might add. And then he hits the frog splash by his uncle, Road Daddy, whatever you want to call it. They did good business. I'll give it an A. Why not? Sure.
I'll give it an A as well. Philip, we did not give grades for the main event.
Oh, I'll give it an A. I'm rocking with it. It's new. It's different. I like it.
I will give it a B. The match, the actual in-ring stuff between the Fiend and Bray, or the Fiend and Braun, was not very good. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect. It was more of a story-based match. So maybe if we see what Roman is doing 6 months from now and Roman is doing great work, then maybe I can readjust the grade. But I thought it was okay.
Absolutely. What happened before the
Well, then now it's
Mysterios?
time for your boy to shine because Philip apparently was asleep for the entirety of the show,
Whoa,
except
whoa,
for these last two matches.
Wait. What's the match before the Mysterios and the Messiah?
Randy Orton and Keith Lee.
I saw the ending of this. I saw Keith.
So you saw the end. So you saw the ending of it,
Actually,
then went back to sleep, and then watched the first 5 minutes of the Mysterio match.
Let me say this. I saw the entrances, and then I saw the ending. I saw the powerbomb. Yeah.
So you took a quick 6-minute nap because the match went about 7 minutes. Randy Orton takes on Keith Lee. Keith Lee still has that atrocious theme song. But he doesn't have the skirt anymore. He doesn't have the skirt. He's wearing his regular tights, still has the compression tank top on top. So we're making progress here.
6 days we've made progress. Actually, I think this is one of the matches where I fell asleep with my eyes open. Yeah. I remember seeing stuff. I can't tell you what happened, but I remember seeing stuff. So... Actually, no, it was Riddle Corbin where that happened, because Matt Riddle puts me to sleep. But yeah.
I remember seeing things, and I thought this match was okay. It was a stereotypical Randy Orton match. Nothing really to it. Randy getting a lot of offense in, because in the end, Keith Lee hits the Spirit Bomb for the win. A pretty much out of nowhere finish, because Randy was getting so much offense in on Keith, and then Keith hits the move, and then he gets the pin. So, for the most part, Randy gets... a lot of the offense in. It's kind of stereotypical WWE. The guy who's losing is going to get a lot of offense, so he looks good in the making. Keith gets the win. They really put it over strong, saying that this was the biggest win of his career, which I can kind of understand. We're going to talk about another match later on where they kept saying that, which I kind of just laughed about that. But, I mean, we're just going to ignore the fact that Keith Lee won the NXT and North American Championship a month ago, but he had him beating Randy Orton in the mid-card of a WWE pay-per-view. Apparently, that's the biggest win of his career.
Yes! Randy Orton is a former World Heavyweight Champion. Absolutely.
And your boy Adam Cole's a nobody?
Look, look, I got things to say about Adam Cole when we get to that PWI 500 on Thursday. I got some things to talk about. But look, I mean, sometimes, beating guys of a higher caliber in non-title matches, it gives you a little oomph. It gives you a little bit more cred than winning a championship, so to speak. Even though the NXT title, one of the most prestigious titles, not just in the company, but I would say in the business. Yeah.
Did not like the match overall, but the only thing that gives it a boost, which is the reason why I'm giving it a B-, is because Keith Lee actually won clean as a whistle. He didn't look fantastic by any means, but at least he won. So I'm going to take my small victories here by giving them a positive grade by giving Keith Lee the win.
Yeah, I agree.
Then as we continue to work our way back, we had the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We had the champs, Sasha Banks and Bayley, taking on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the odd couple. And in the end, we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are your winners in 11 minutes. Shayna Baszler gets worked over a little bit at the beginning, gets a little bit on the champs. Then Nia Jax comes in. The story was her knee was taken out midway through, so they were working over that, and then they kind of go back and forth. In the end, you've probably seen the picture on the Twitter machine or the Instagram where Shayna Baszler actually has both women in a submission of sorts, but technically Bayley is the one that taps out. So in a matter of a week, Sasha Banks goes from 2 belts Banks to no belts Banks, as she does not have the women's tag team titles anymore. Phillip, you might not have seen this, but I know you got opinions on it.
Yeah, dude, look. Who tapped out? Who tapped out?
Technically, Bayley did, but they were both in submissions.
Good, I'm glad Bayley tapped out. Nia Jax has some gold. I'm fine with it. Shayna Baszler, she does good stuff. I'm okay with it.
They had a promo afterwards, which was kind of awkward. Like, Shayna Baszler was trying to actually have a real-life interview while Nia Jax was just, like, jumping up and down and screaming and being an idiot. I'm just saying. So I don't know exactly what they're doing with the tag team and their pairing going forward. I'm a little scared that they might do some sort of, like, odd couple comedy tag team with Shayna Baszler. Scared, but I'm kind of expecting it at this point.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Sasha was in tears like she normally always is when either she wins or loses a title match. Where do we go from here?
You know what? I don't want to say this. I don't want to be that guy, but hey, there's still some sort of revolution going on outside of those walls, Sasha. Mercedes, I'm talking to you. If Renee left, you can't do. Or just go down to NXT and be the boss that I know you can be, baby girl. Whichever one. Just make me happy, guys. That's all I want to be. All I want to be is happy. That's all. When I watch my wrestling, that's it.
Something that did make you happy was Matt Riddle was on your television screen, and that's why you went to sleep. We had one of those matches that just got thrown together, but the last minute matches that were added on SmackDown. We get King Corbin taking on Matt Riddle. They had a new interview lady. I trying to bring up her name, but I don't exactly have it in front of me. Elise Ashton. I think that is her name. I'm going to figure it out eventually, but she's pretty much the replacement for Renee Young. She asked Matt Riddle what did he think of Baron Corbin's tweet, and basically it is saying that Matt Riddle is a terrible wrestler and a terrible husband. Don't know where the hell that came from. I mean, obviously, there's some speaking out stuff that has taken place. Don't know if it's referencing
that's exactly what it is. Absolutely, 100%.
But I'm just saying I don't really understand the point of bringing that up like last minute with no build, no real reasoning or explanation behind it. Just once again, kind of like AEW. Sometimes AEW just throws things out there, expecting the entire audience to understand what's going on.
He doesn't need reasoning. He's a king. Who cares? You know? This put me to sleep with my eyes open.
Yes, This match was not very good. They went 12 minutes, but the good news is, for me personally, I guess, Matt Riddle actually gets the win. They were putting this over big time, that this is the biggest win of Matt Riddle's career, which for Keith Lee beating Randy Orton, I can kind of understand that, but with Matt Riddle, yeah, he might not be a champion NXT or anything like that, but like beating Baron Corbin on the third match of a throwaway B-level pay-per-view, like, all right, guys, come on.
It is the biggest win of his career. What else has he done? He beat Corbin. He's the current king of the ring. He's a Mr. Money in the Bank. He's a United States champion. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. That's the biggest win of his career. You know?
At this point, I feel like he's like the current day honky tonk man. He's just kind of a heel that everyone just kind of laughs at and makes fun of.
Well, I'm not going to make fun of Corbin. I respect the guy. I love his work in the ring. All hail King Corbin. Yeah. What happened before this? It was Big E and Sheamus, am I right?
It was Big E and Sheamus, another one of those last-minute SmackDown matches.
Didn't see that match either.
Big E gets the win in 12 minutes. They're telling the story of Big E getting a lot more serious. They show the promo that he cut on Talking Smack. I mean, the match itself was all right. I mean, a lot of these matches that we're going to talk about, that we've talked about, are matches that could have been on regular SmackDown or Raw television. The match was all right. Once again, I think the theme of this was baby faces, up and coming baby faces. Yes, I know Big E has been there for a while, but he gets a big win to establish himself as a singles act. Sheamus, I mean, you could use him for something maybe bigger, but I think at this point, I would put more emphasis on Big E. He gets the win. Nice to see. He doesn't cut a promo, but he kind of has some words with Corey Graves after the fact, just kind of showing, this is what I'm about, believe in me, and, there's stuff like that. So they're definitely making Big E much more of a serious act, but yet he still has some fun leading up and even a little bit after the fact.
That's all very nice. I didn't see any of it. Actually, I rephrase that. I saw the big ending in the 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And what happened before? Oh, I saw this. Bobby Lashley, a man who used to fight for this country in the Army. He is once again the United States champion. I love the ending part where they all throw up the Wakanda sign for Chadwick Boseman. I'll give him a little tribute before we close out the show. Congratulations, Bobby Lashley, new United States champion. I like it.
Yeah, this was what I was kind of afraid of, is that they were just going to put it on Bobby Lashley because why not? I mean, Apollo Crews was a champion, but he wasn't really protected or a big deal by any means. The match itself, similar to Sheamus and Big E, could have just been on Raw. It was okay. I mean, there was good work involved. I think the aftermath where, Lashley pretty much wins clean and decisively by putting the full Lashley, or whatever the hell they call it, the full Nelson at the end of the match. Apollo Crews taps out, clean as a whistle, and then they do some stupid gimmick to where they take photos and they actually show the photos on the screen, which, why? Because they can, I guess.
Because they can. The full Lashley, full Nelson, that was originated by Chris Masters. It was called the Master Lock. I don't know if you know this, but Chris Masters has been on this show.
And I have been put in the Master Lock.
Really? Oh, you did one of those photo ops?
What are you talking about? It was a real Master Lock.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Oh. Okay, you guys were shooting. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. But as they're doing this photo shoot, then Apollo Crews comes out and beats up Bobby Lashley and company. Not a very nice thing for that babyface to do. But I would assume he's still a babyface, so babyface doing non-babyface things. Great storytelling, WWE.
Absolutely. Why do they have a new United States Championship, but when they do the championship little graphic, it's still the old one? What?
They've been putting so much time and energy into the Thunderdome that they just couldn't. They forgot and haven't gotten around to making a new graphic.
Brandon, you have to say it right. The Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome.
There you go. All in all, hey, I didn't really see much. Brandon, what are you gonna give it? What are you gonna give Payback 2020?
So for SummerSlam, I think I'm going to give it a little lower grade because I have higher expectations for a SummerSlam. Now, this is a Payback. I didn't have too much expectations. I'm going to give it a B-. I think the work was okay. I really did enjoy that Mysterio tag team match. The Roman Reigns ending was pretty much a foregone conclusion, except for the actual story that they told. I mean, I knew that Roman was going to win the title at the end of it, but they told a good story, I guess. So overall, good wrestling, not the best show, but I didn't have too high of expectations anyways.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, man, we were in attendance for probably the greatest Payback of all time, 2017. My friend Chris Jericho wins the United States Championship. We saw the House of Horrors match, and Jinder made a run in. You can't hinder the Jinder, bro. And, of course, Braun decimating Roman Reigns. That's the last time Braun was great. I'll say it. Payback 2017. That was the last time Braun was truly great. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I guess that's going to wrap up our recap, and like I said, I do want to give a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. He's very famous for playing the Black Panther, but he also did play in so many other roles, like Jackie Robinson in 42, and he played James Brown in the 2014 James Brown biopic. We didn't know he was battling colon cancer for a number of years, to put out all these blockbuster movies and to be going through that real-life fight. That's absolutely commendable by him to, power through it. And, R.I.P. King, thank you so much. Wakanda forever.